Hi everyone, and welcome back to another episode today with professional water skier Natallia Berdnikava. Welcome Natallia, great to have you as my interview partner today.
Hello Svenja, how are you guys?
So I thought before we dive into all the questions, we could start with a little introduction of yourself. So would you like to introduce yourself to the audience a little bit and maybe also talk about how you got into water skiing? Because I think it's not like the typical thing to do as a young girl, right?
Right. So, my name is Natallia Berdnikava. I grew up in Belarus, where I was doing gymnastics from the years of 6 to 12 years old. Then I quit gymnastics, and our gymnastic coach was helping a water ski team to get fit off the water. And I quit it, and then one day I got a phone call, and she's like, "Would you like to come to the pool to swim?" I'm like, "Come to the pool to swim? Sounds good." So I came to the pool to swim, and there was a guy who has greeted me in the entrance of the pool, and I was like, "Hi, weird, but whatever." She's like, "Okay, let's go swim." We went upstairs, we come into the pool, and we see the winch pool and water skiers. So apparently in Belarus, because it's during the winter time, we couldn't ski because it's not Florida, because lakes are covered by ice. So water skiers are training in the pool. So they set me up with the coach. They put me on the skis. I did it. They kept me. So here I am. I started doing water skiing since I was 12 in Belarus. And then when I was 21, I came to US to study in the University of Louisiana at Monroe, and also have a water ski scholarship. So I was competing for the school on the collegiate level for 4 years. And then afterwards, I decided to stay in US. And since 2008, right after school, my water ski career just became soaring up. And now I'm not really skiing that much anymore. I don't know if I'm going to keep skiing or not, but I'm mostly coaching because unfortunately got a lot of injuries during my career. Somehow I also got a lot of awards in places, like I've won every tournament in water skiing possible. I got 9 world records. One of them is still current. 4 world championship titles, 31 European titles. And like I said, I won every event possible in water skiing. I wish I could do more, but my injuries, like I mentioned, it's just, I probably can ski, but I don't really want to do it on the level which I wouldn't like. So at this point, I don't know if I'm going to continue with my career or just coach. So yeah, that was a short introduction.
So congratulations to all these amazing achievements.
Thank
I will
you.
come to that back later, because before I had another question for you. Was there a special turning point in your career where you realized, okay, I can make it as a pro water skier? Or was it rather a transition? You talked about college skiing, etc.
No, I remember it was interesting. So when I came to US, I had no idea that there were like professional tournaments and people can make money at them. Because in Belarus, you belong to the federation, you go to the European championships or world championships. There is no sense of pro water skiing that actually making money as an athlete by winning tournaments. And some guys on my team in school were professional skiers. Well, were becoming professional skiers, and they were going to all these tournaments, and they're like, "You should come." And I'm like, "Me should come to US Open? No way." And yeah, so I went in 2005, which was like first year of my school, I think. Yeah, second year of my school, and I got third in US Open, and I was like, "What? I can do this?" So yeah, that particular point was my understanding that I want to do it and I can do it.
Cool.
Yes.
Super exciting. And you talked about this one record that you are still holding, right? This is the longest jump in water skiing. This is the one that you are still holding.
No, the one I'm still holding is an overall record. So
Okay.
it's slalom, trick, and jump combined. That would be like snow skiing, like combination, like combined.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Cool.
here, like we have disciplines in skiing: slalom, trick, and jump, and overall, it's combined of all 3 of them.
The thing I'm always like wondering about when I read about records of people and athletes is, and good thing I have the chance to talk to you today because I get the information of firsthand. What has been like the primary drive behind your world records? Was it like rather the goal of doing something that no one has ever achieved before, or is it testing your own limits, or rather, for example, the adrenaline, or maybe also like the wish as an athlete to not be forgotten about when once your career is over? You know what I mean? Like people remember you.
I think all of it combined, but the most for me was to reveal my full potential. So at some point I was like, okay, if I'm doing this sport, like once you already win a couple of tournaments, like once you've done your main goals when it comes to world records, you're like, I want to really see what I'm capable of. So like, for example, I wouldn't go out on the night when everyone else would go out. I would sleep just because I wanted to see what my full potential is in water skiing. So that was my main drive behind the world records. And then of course, like it's nice that someone will remember you and then you prove the world that you've done something that no one have done. But those are like extra, which just comes like with the world record when you already have it. So for me, the main drive was just to see what my potential as an athlete was.
Yeah. And all of these medals, achievements, and all this great stuff, you are a mom now. And I was wondering, like, how do you handle all that? Being a mom, you talked about coaching other water skiers. You're also training for yourself, maybe not that much anymore, but still you're training for yourself. How do you handle that? How does a typical day look like? Can you talk about that?
Well, my baby, my son is only 4 months old. So like, I know I'm not really like, so basically at nighttime, you know, sometimes you sleep better, sometimes you don't sleep good. So my husband take him in the morning most of the times, so I can have another hour of sleep. So for example, he will take him from like 9 o'clock, and then by 11 o'clock I come to the ski school where we train to the lake. So okay, so before all this, I need to say that my husband's parents own one of the biggest water ski schools in the world. So I'm fortunate enough to be able to come here, and like we have a house here, a room where Alex, my son, can hang out. So like when John takes him in the morning, he takes him, like his grandma sees it, his brother, his uncle sees him, grandpa, other people, and Alex has a room here. So when I come between his feedings and sleep, like I go coach. It's like right outside the window, right outside the door. I can go coach, for example, for an hour or two, and then if I need to work out or go train, I do that in between of his, when he sleeps, or if he doesn't sleep, his mom or Uncle Chris, someone else would watch him. So it's like for right now, it's like this.
Oh, cool. And how many hours do you actually spend in the gym exercising, and how many like rather on water, really water skiing? How's your...
So like right now, I'm not really water skiing yet, but exercising, I'd say at this point, maybe like 45 minutes to an hour, 3-4 times a day, but I try 3-4 times a week, but I try to do high intensity interval training. So at least if, for example, next day, Alex doesn't give me an opportunity to work out, or I don't feel rested or something happens, I at least did a lot during like the day before the high interval training. So I'm tired, so I don't feel guilty if I don't exercise every day. So for right now, it's like this. And coaching right now, like couple of hours a day.
Okay, cool. And I think every one of us, maybe you as well, I guess, sometimes has these lazy days when it's pretty hard to motivate yourself to get up and work hard. So I was wondering, do you have special thought or technique that makes you get up and work out? Because I think it can be pretty helpful for like non-professional athletes as well in everyday life, right?
Yeah, well, when it happens to me, so like I start thinking about it since morning. Okay, I'm lazy, I'm not doing anything, I'm not doing anything, I'm not doing anything. And then I drive myself crazy so much with this thought that by the time, for example, 11 a.m. or 12 p.m. comes, I just go and do it because I just can't, like I feel so guilty, I just can't let myself not do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really have the advice how to just, it just drives myself crazy, so I just go and do it. I feel so much better. So maybe that should be advice. You feel so good afterwards.
Yeah.
So that's what maybe people should think. Like if I will, instead of thinking about it as, oh, I have to go work out, think about it as, I'm going to move my body, then I'm going to feel so good afterwards. So why not do it? And even if I do just 20 minutes, it's better than doing nothing. So instead of pushing pressure on yourself, oh, I have to go to the gym and be there for an hour, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Think of it in terms of feeling good. And even if you do 10 minutes, it's better. But I guarantee you, every time when someone would go to the gym thinking they're going to do 10 minutes, they're going to do an hour, then go home and be happy about it. So maybe that's an advice.
Yeah, cool. Cool to hear that from an athlete. Yeah, thank you very much for the first part of the interview. This would have been pretty exciting. In the second part, we're going to talk about being a coach, setbacks, injuries, and other pretty cool stuff. So stay tuned, everyone, and I hope to see you then. And thanks, Natallia.
Yeah,